Hi, Flosstube. It's Veronica with Night Stitch. And here's my next video. I thought I'd start with a tag from Jessie Marie. Jessie Marie Does Stuff is the name of her channel. I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. Yeah, so the picture you're seeing here is my setup of how or where I sit when I record videos, and it's my dining room, basically. It's the room with the best overhead lighting so that I can show you things and you can actually see them. I just put my recording device on a tripod, a mini tripod that I have set up on the table. And then I sort of line all of my stuff up along the dining room table because it's really long, so I'm making use of how long it is. I have my computer on the table as well, even though I don't use that to record. The recording thing that I use doesn't have a very loud microphone, so I have a secondary setup with my laptop to record audio, and then I just add on a second audio track to my videos so that you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. That essentially was question number 1, which is set up for recording, and it was optional, but I decided why not. Okay, question number 2 is, how did you come up with your channel name? And my channel name, as you might have noticed, is just my name, and that's because when I first signed up for YouTube, I was not making videos. I just wanted to have playlists I could save and videos I liked and stuff like that. So now that I have a channel of my own, I tried to change the name of my Google, I guess just the main Google thing, but like, if you change the name there, it changes the name everywhere, and I didn't really want everyone to see the Night Stitch part, so I just put the Night Stitch part in the nickname box in Google, and so on the official Google thing it says my name, parentheses, Night Stitch. And how I came up with Night Stitch is, Night is my middle name, and I cross stitch, so I just combined the two words together and subtracted the word cross, and there you go. So it's pretty easy, and yeah. Question number 3 is, when did you post your first Flosstube video? And I believe it was in June of this year. Let me double check really quick just because I don't know the exact date off the top of my head. Well, it says 1 month ago. June 9th, 2017. That's when I posted my first Flosstube video. And as I said before, I don't really do anything else on YouTube, so this was also my very first YouTube video. Question number 4 is, what do you use for your videos? And I just use my cell phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S5. And it shoots HD video, so I thought, why not? The only thing that it has issues with is the audio. It records it, but it's always something inside the phone, like, makes the audio sort of like the volume goes down. It's not muted, but it's very, very, very quiet. So you might have noticed in one of my past videos, I was having a bit of an issue with the sound, as far as like whether you could hear me or not, and I was just trying to figure out how to do that. And I had tried different kinds of like syncing audio together, or using an external microphone, or yeah, I just tried a whole bunch of different things, and I finally found this online recorder that I can just record the sound and then sync it with the phone and the video, and so it basically adds a second audio track on, and then I mute the first one, and so then it's like you can hear me. So. Number 5, do you record on video software or directly to YouTube? I record on video software. I use my phone and then I upload the video to my computer, and then I use Sony Vegas to do like pictures and all that stuff. Question number 6, do you edit and what do you use? And I use Sony Vegas. It's also called Movie Studio. I think they changed their name, or I don't know. But anyway, it's the Sony Vegas Movie Studio program, and I use that to fix the sound. Any like rustling, I kind of like tone it down, or if I like sniffle because I have allergies, I'll take out the sound of the sniffling. So in my videos, you might see me like sort of like kind of go like that, but there's no sound. It's because I tone it. I take out the sound out of that particular section because I don't really think you guys want to hear me like snort. So, but yeah, and then I add pictures in of past whips or whatever other pictures I need to do, and then I cut videos together, like, because my sound editing soft program that I found only records in 10-minute segments, so after 10 minutes I have to stop it and save the sound file and then like start over because it doesn't save, like, it won't let me keep recording even if I've stopped it. So I have to like actually get the file onto my computer and then I can record again with the sound software. So every 10 minutes I have to stop. So when I edit, I just edit everything together in one continuous video, but I have to record in 10-minute segments. Question number 7, how many takes do you do, or do you do it in one shot? I'm going to count it as one shot because I don't rehearse or anything like that. I just have to do the 10-minute thing, but it's not because it's different takes. It's just because my software limitations prevent me from just going as long as my video actually is. So I'm going to say one shot. And I mean, sometimes things happen and I can't. Like my very first video, I was experimenting with a lot of different things with the video, with the sound, with the like showing things and where I was sitting and all that stuff. For that first and second video, I think I did like 8 or 9 or 10 takes, and I was like really like frustrated. So after I figured out the groove that I was like falling into, then I was like, I'm just gonna do this in one take because if I try to do it in multiple, it's just gonna make me angry. So, okay, so question number 8. If things go wrong, do you stop and restart or do you just post? And I stop and restart. I could edit things out if I wanted, but sometimes it depends on what happens. Like if I say something that I didn't really feel like I wanted, like I wanted to change what I said, then I'll just stop and restart, because trying to edit out like a few sentences and then while keeping the sentences that you do want, sometimes, like I didn't want to end up cutting myself off at the part that I wanted to say while trying to get rid of the other part. So it's easier to just stop and restart if I do something like that. So, but if funny things happen, then I don't edit those out, like, because that's just life. And you know, this is a video where I'm talking to people who share my hobby. So if funny things happen just because, you know, it's like, it's not meant to be this perfect video thing, I guess. It's more like a hangout, I guess. So like I'm talking to my friends. So if silly things happen, I don't edit those out because you know, when you hang out with your friends, silly things happen. So you just have a laugh about it and it's okay. Like I don't need to have everything be absolutely perfect before I post. So I hope that makes sense. um, Number 9 is how long do you go from recording to posting? And I would say probably about 12 hours because I'll record and then because I have to record in 10-minute segments, that takes time to download the sound and all of that stuff. So recording usually takes me like 2 to 3 hours. Maybe that's a long estimate. We'll say 1 to 2 hours maybe. I've never actually like looked at how long it takes me to record. So, but we'll say 1 to 2 hours and on a good day. And then after that, I'll upload everything to my computer and then, start editing. Editing actually doesn't take me that long. I don't know. I'm not like a pro at editing or by any means, and I would much rather be in front of the camera than behind the camera. So, but I do like working with computers, and so I think that maybe that part of it is what helps me be able to understand how to edit without too much trouble. My husband helped me with the very first video I did, and he showed me, because he was the one that introduced me to the Sony Vegas program, so he was showing me how to use it and stuff like that. But I caught on pretty easily and pretty quickly, and so editing probably will take me like 2 to 4 hours, depending on how many times I have to like watch the video while I'm editing it and how easy it is for me to sync up the audio. It's gotten a lot easier since I've been doing this. Like it's easier to tell when the audio is ahead of the video and when the audio is behind the video, so I know which way to move the track in the program. So that's cut down on a lot of time, and like inserting whip pictures in. I've actually been just taking pictures as I go of where I am on certain days in my projects, and since I've done videos, I actually went back to my previous videos and I've done like a print screen shot and then inserted the picture into the following video so that I actually just have like a whip picture already there for my convenience, I guess, to take and put in the next video. So that doesn't take a whole lot of time. And then I think what takes the most time is probably watching the whole thing in the Sony Vegas program before I upload it to YouTube, because I want it to be as much as it can be, like, what am I saying? I'm saying I want it to be as good as it can be before I upload it to YouTube, so that I don't have to fix any mistakes or anything once it's uploaded to YouTube, because that just saves time. So 1 to 3 hours to record, 2 to 4 hours to edit, and then the rendering is what takes the longest, because my videos are slowly getting longer and longer, and it's because I have a lot more to talk about with you guys, and so the rendering takes a while. So the rendering takes up most of the time. Like, the rendering sometimes will take like 4 to 5 hours. I think the longest I've seen is maybe 4 hours, but I had a mishap last time with the last video I did. My computer decided to do Windows updates, and it decided to say, I'm just going to shut this Sony Movie Vegas project down, and we'll just close the program and we'll do the updates and it'll be fine. And so I had left it rendering overnight and came back to find that it didn't render, like it didn't finish, and so I had to like do it all over again. So that was another like 4 hours that I had to wait to upload to YouTube. But uploading to YouTube only takes like 1.5 to 2 hours maybe. I have a pretty good internet connection, so the upload time is not a problem. It's the making the movie time in the program that takes up the most time. So I'm going to say it probably takes about 12 hours for me to shoot everything, edit everything, render everything, and upload to YouTube. Number 10 is, what prep do you do before you start shooting? And I get my computer out and I open the online recording thing and I leave it there, and then I get my whips and I usually get the cover sheets for like the patterns, like the mock-ups, so that I can show you what it looks like when it's finished. I get any haul that I have and I set it on the table, and I've started using a notebook to sort of write down certain things. Like right now I have Jessie Marie's behind the scenes tag questions written down. So I'm looking at those, and yeah, anything I have that I need to reference, I just get out and I set on the table, and then I just throw my phone on the tripod, and then I'm ready to go. Number 11. Do you watch yourself once published? The answer is yes. Okay, so when I upload my video to YouTube, I'll set it to private before I sort of release it to everyone. So I set it to private, and then I watch it once on YouTube to make sure everything is right and the way I want it and everything looks right, and then I will change the setting to public, and then after that I don't usually watch the whole thing over again because I don't need to, and then I will go back to the video to pull the previous whip pictures, but I won't watch the whole thing again. I'll just click through the scenes on the bar and then find where my picture of my whip was, and then go directly to that section and take the picture out, and then yeah, so that's my answer to that question. Number 12 is, what improvements would you make? And I think the biggest thing I could think of was I'm not very good at introducing myself, I guess. I did on my first video, but then after that I kind of just didn't. I don't know. So I did it in the beginning of this video because it was on my mind, but I kind of want to do that on every video just because I feel like maybe that's better. I don't know. Like, I guess if somebody's watching Flosstube and they watch one of my more recent videos and I didn't introduce myself, then they know who I was, or I don't know. Regardless of all of that, my improvements I would like to make are to introduce myself better. And that is the end of the behind the scenes tag by Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Hi, Jessie. I've lately I finished Gem Stitch's videos, and so I moved on to Jessie Marie's channel, and so she has like over 100 videos now. So I started from the beginning, and I have been watching all the way. I think I hit maybe the 100th video, just in like today, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so there's the tag. So now we are going to get into some of my exciting progress with projects and stuff like that. So the first thing that I will show you is I finished my ocean by dimensions. It's all done. I'm so excited. It's so pretty. Okay, here it is. All finished. Okay, so I started this on May 8th of 2017 and I finished it July 20th, 2017 at 5:38 p.m. Yesterday I'm sure some of you might have heard that Lincoln Park's Chester Bennington killed himself yesterday, so I kind of thought I'd finish this as like a tribute to him. I know it has nothing to do with Lincoln Park, it's an ocean project, but basically I just thought, well, I happened to just finish it the same day, so it's a tribute to him. And Lincoln Park got me through some hard times in my life a few years ago, so I really like that band, and I'm really sad that they had to have that loss. But anyway, so finishing this is like something good I can associate with that day rather than the sadness of that day. So a little more about it. It's stitched on 14 count ivory Ada, which I used because I hadn't discovered a lot of the hand-dyed stuff yet. If I had, I might have used the hand-dyed instead, just because there's this open space here that's just the Ada showing through. And so, plus a lot of the back stitching, some of it I kind of cheated a little because I didn't actually go through like all of the like traditional back stitch. Like you can kind of see this is actually just one long strand because I was like in the tree and stuff. It's not very exacting, I guess, but because I had to like stab through for certain parts, and I really don't like stabbing through Ada because it's so like hard and whatever. So I ended up just kind of loosely back stitching, and it's all like set in there. It's not gonna come out or anything, but yeah. So I think I would have not stitched it on Ada had I known about other things, but I think that's just me learning about different kinds of fabric now that I've been talking to other cross stitchers and like watching Flosstube and learning a lot about stuff like that. So things that I changed were mainly the lettering. I changed the color of the lettering because I did not like the coverage of here. Like it looks fine, but like when I went to do it on the actual project, it was 1/1 in the sky blue color, and it was just so light and you could barely see it, and I was not enjoying it. So I took it all out. I think I said this in my previous video, but I took it all out and I used the coral color that came with the kit to do part of the lettering, and then this little section was sort of a experiment. It sort of looks like the sand colored tones in here, but it was supposed to be like a lighter pink, but it matched too closely to this like tan color, so I ended up not continuing it on any of the other portions. But I thought I would just leave it here because it kind of looks like the A has been, like it's had sand thrown at it, so I thought that was cool. But and then this darker color, see how it sort of variegated itself here on the C, but that's because I used a DMC color. I used DMC 3706 to stitch that instead, and so then it had the lighter pink and then the darker pink sort of sewn in between so that it looks kind of variegated. Okay, so my only whip for this time is the Wizard of Oz by Sewing Seed on Etsy, and I am currently working on Scarecrow. I feel like it's a whip, but it's not really a whip because I was mainly working on finishing my ocean piece, and so that was more of my whip, and then it turned into a finish. So, but regardless of that, I made more progress on my Wizard of Oz thing. So the last time you saw it, I was working on his shirt, and now his shirt is finished. So, but after this, I basically just didn't work on it anymore. I was so obsessed with finishing the ocean, and then I also had a new start that I was really, really, really kind of, I couldn't put it down. So, but I did do this one for the Hadeless style that they had, which is just work on anything that's not a Hade for however many days they specify, and so that was maybe like the third week of July. I don't know. Anyway, it was sometime within the past 2 weeks, probably. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. My new start was coffee. So, about that restart and stop and shoot again. Funny story. The bag that I had before I stopped was because I had actually grabbed the wrong bag. I grabbed the floss bag for the Wizard of Oz instead of the new start, so I had to restart and go get the correct project bag. But didn't edit that out because that's silly and it's a funny thing that happens, and so I'm leaving it in there. But here we go, new start. Last time I named this thing the coffee chalkboard, but as I kept working on it, because I couldn't put it down, I started thinking this isn't a chalkboard because I'm not doing it in white, it's a white light board. So it's like those marker boards that you see when they have like neon writing on them and then you can erase it because it's a marker board. That's what I'm going for. So that was the pattern, and this is the whip. Here's my new start / whip. Sorry, I've got a marked thread there. And this is where I got to You might feel like it is all white just because the fresh brood is in variegated baby blue, which is very, very light, and the this one is variegated seafoam green, so it's also pretty light. This one shows up a bit more. It's variegated coral, so it's a little more obvious. This piece I used because I recently joined Stitch Mania's website on Facebook, and so I participated in the Color a Day sale on July 15th through the 16th. It was their Regal Ruby sale, and so I did the X's along the side in variegated carnation. So that was my Regal Ruby for the day. And this is Ada, so the lines for the little border things are not straight, or they're curved, but they're supposed to sort of be straight. Mine are not, but I don't really mind because it's supposed to be a whiteboard. So when you write on a whiteboard, sometimes you don't. Oh, that's the back. Hey, isn't it cool? It was an accident, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. But anyway, the lines are not straight, which is fine because it's hard to tell where to backstitch curves, especially on Ada because, as I said before, the piercing of the Ada is quite so. But anyway, I'm leaving it crooked because when you write on a marker board, it's not always perfect and it's fine. So, but I also think it's cool because when I stitched the cappuccino part, some of it went above the line, and so gave it more of that realism. I originally was gonna stitch the lines and all the little swirly things in white, but I was like, but why? Because I got that embroidery box last time with the metallic thread, so I used this Nordic Gold ND3, I think says it down here, so I'm guessing that's the number of threads. It was my first time using Nordic Gold metallics. I think I've used DMC metallics before in a kit somewhere. This is very different. It's a lot less wiry than the DMC metallic. It's soft. You can see it sort of just hangs. It droops. It doesn't do that whole like stick straight out because I'm really stiff kind of stuff. So that part I liked about it. I don't know if it's because I had Ada, but when I was pulling it through, it kind of did the whole like scritchy kind of sound, which can be satisfying at times. So that was fun. Yeah, I did the recommended cut metallic thread a little shorter than what you normally use for your regular thread. So maybe no, I used one strand of this in 18 inches, which is what I use when I do 2 strands of thread and I fold it in half. So when I do 2 strands of thread, I cut it at 36 inches. Yeah, 36 inches, and then I fold it in half, so it is 18. So I did actually use the length of floss that I normally use. Just I use one strand because it's pretty thick stuff, and it pops up above the fabric, so it's textured and very nice. And I also noticed when I got the pattern out that it calls for French knot, and I'm not like too excited about that, so I think I'm just gonna use beads because I got beads in that little kit or that little grab box thing. So I'm going to do that. And then something I noticed on this is really funny. Look at the word fresh right here. Do you see anything missing from the word fresh? I'll give you like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you figure it out? The E is not an E. It's an F. They forgot. Whoever stitched this model forgot to stitch in the last part of, like, the bottom part of the E. So technically it says furfish brood on here, which is really funny. But I figured it out because I was on the pattern. On the pattern, the bottom of the E is there. But it's very, very, very close to the other E in brood. And so I took this out. I took the pattern out to see if it was supposed to be that way or if I counted wrong or something, but it was supposed to be that way, and they forgot to stitch it. So, but that's how it looks stitched. It is pretty close, but I think it's fine. But yeah, I got a kick out of that, and I think I laughed for about 2 minutes doing that. Furfish brood. Very funny. Okay, let's talk about the haul. I got some haul over the past few days. It's a lot of it is materials, so not like patterns or flosser. It's more like needle minders and some tools, I guess. I got this light. It's a super portable LED lamp, and it's super portable. This thing is really light. It's awesome. It folds like an accordion. It makes a cool, like, clangy sound too. It's like a letter M now, but this is where all the lights are, and there's 3 different settings of brightness. So this is the touch button that you tap it once, it turns it on, you tap it again for level number 2, tap it again for level number 3 of brightness. And it plugs in the back with the USB. Well, USB is on the other end, but there's a plug here. So I can power it with my desk lamp that I have that's got outlets on it. So I have one of the phone chargers with the USB plug in there, and then I plug this into that, and then it lights up, and it's awesome. I got it because I had the black fabric from the Coffee Lightboard, and I was putting this light underneath so that it would shine through the fabric and I could see all the holes. So it made stitching on black fabric really easy. So there's that. I got 2 needle threaders, which kind of look like those dress forms. This one is smaller. I don't know. In the package, one of them looked like it had a smaller head, but now it looks like they look the same. So, despite that, I got these because they're a lot nicer than that little silver one I had that I tried to decorate, and then the sticker fell off, so I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This also has a thread chopper in the back. And then I went through the charms section of Hobby Lobby where they have for jewelry making, and I turned them into needle minders. So I got this craft magnet. I'm not going to hold it too close to my phone because it's power 10. It's got 10 magnet strength rating, so I don't want it to do anything to my phone. But anyway, got that. I used some out of it, so that's why it's empty. But, okay, This is a charm. It's a Batman charm. It says the Caped Crusader. And it's the DC Comics licensed one. So it's metal. And I'm finding I really like the metal needle minders. And it's fun because I can like throw the needle at it and it catches it. I was doing that in between changing of thread. So like I'd run out of thread, one of the colors, and then I'd like throw my needle at the needle minder and it made me happy. So I got another Batman one. So just the bat symbol with the little rhinestone in it. If I can get it open, it does open. It's a locket. It's a bat symbol on the inside. Thinking I might take this jump ring off of it so that it doesn't snag my threads when I'm trying to stitch. I haven't actually thrown a needle at it yet. Hopefully it won't. Yeah. It's a little loose probably because I didn't put the magnet directly on the inside of it, but it works. It's there. Alright. Next one is, my favorite color is sparkle. I really like to use metallic threads. I've noticed I like shiny things. I've always liked shiny things, so I thought this would be perfect. My favorite color is sparkle. It's got some rhinestones in it that are shining now. They're all different colors. So this one's really fun to throw and use. Ah, look at that. I promise it actually does work. See? Funny moment. Okay. See, this Batman needle minder just broke this Batman needle minder because the magnet is now gone. So that might have to get fixed, or I might just not with that one since it's 2 levels and it's kind of plastic on one, so it might not stick very well. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But that happened. So this one is perfectly imperfect because I feel like I don't. When things happen, I don't let them really bother me that much when it comes to stitching. I'll fix things that I feel are not to my liking, but I'm not gonna be so like upset about it that I can't deal with it, I guess. So perfectly imperfect kind of fits. This one is stronger than yesterday because I feel like I need that some days. Because we all have bad days, and it's nice to be reminded that you are stronger than you were yesterday. So, I don't know if anything I'm saying makes any sense or if, yeah. But anyway, I like Egypt, so here we go with an Egyptian themed needle minder. Hopefully, you'll see what it does. And last but not least is a pyramid with an Egyptian eye on it. Very lovely. So those were the needle minders that I made from charms at Hobby Lobby. And the last piece of haul I got was beading needles because I wanted to bead on my Coffee Lightboard and I don't have any beading needles. And I don't actually know what size my needles are that I use to cross stitch with, because I just use the ones out of the kit, so I don't, and then they don't say what size they are. So rather than risking the chance that the beads would be too big or the needle would be too big to go through the beads when I was working on it, I just went ahead and got things I knew would work. So beading needles. And that is my video for today. I hope I made sense. I was kind of rambly and strange about certain things, like the perfectly imperfect, but that's actually proving my point, because it's perfectly imperfect, so I'm not going to edit that out. It's just going to be weird, but that's me, so I'm weird. Thank you very much for watching and subscribing, commenting, and liking my videos. I really appreciate this Flosstube community. You guys are all awesome, and I will see you guys on the next video. So have a lovely, lovely day.